Hey everyone, welcome to Yoga with Stephanie. We'll give it a minute for everyone to log in. Let me make my screen a little bit bigger so I can see what we're getting into. Hey, good morning, Balance members. I'm Stephanie, and this is our 7 to 7:30 yoga. We're going to give everyone a minute to log on in. I'm going to post a little something so you get the playlist in the class description in the side chat box, whichever side it is to you. All right, so you're going to see my Spotify name, and I'm opening the doors to my Spotify playlist, so it is all yours. You might be able to access my other stuff to see what I'm listening to as well. So this is a 30-minute playlist for yoga. We can't play it on the Facebook live stream, but you can play it at home. So yeah. Otherwise, let me give it just one more minute. I want to try to see who all is here, and Facebook is changing some of the production things. So give me 1 minute just to double check. La la la. All right. Oh, hey, Matt, thank you for writing. I wasn't sure if people could get into this or not. Facebook has been constantly updating their publishing streams, which is awesome. We're all just learning on the fly, so thank you all for being so flexible with us. Okay, so again, there's a Spotify playlist if you would like to listen today. For those that are joining now, good morning. Thanks for being an early riser with me. Again, my name is Stephanie, and welcome to my home. Over here, we've got my desk, my table that I've been working at. Behind me, you may be wondering why there's a crate or a cage. Right now, I don't have any, but I've been fostering some puppies through DC Lucky Dog. Last time that I filmed a yoga video, one just jumped on my butt the entire class. So none of that today. Anyways, we're going to have about a 25-minute yoga class, finishing with some Shavasana. If you're joining or watching this video later, again, there's a playlist to the side, whichever side your comment box is on. Check that out. So on that note, let's bring it back to our mats. I would love for us to start in a child's pose today. In child's pose, you're bringing your knees together with a little bit of hip space. Let's have our toes touch. Sit your butt down into those heels, crawl those arms far forward, and rest your forehead on the mat or on the ground. If we need a little bit more space today, we can also stack our fists, resting our third eye right there. Now, I know you're like, wait, what else is she going to do next? Don't worry. I will tell you as we go through. But I think it's important in these times, even though we're kind of home, maybe at times feeling bored, it's equally important that we take some downtime and enjoy the time to just pause and breathe. So here in this child's pose, take some big breaths. I want you to feel your stomach expanding, like let it stick out as it presses in to your quads. And as you exhale, let yourself sink right on down. Becoming mindful of those breaths and mindful that it is okay to pause and just be. As we continue hanging out in child's, let's spread our finger pads further forward, push the tailbone a little bit more back, creating that length in our spine. Now pressing all 10 fingers down into your mat, spread your shoulder blades down and around like you're wrapping them into your armpits, and take a few deep breaths, feeling that open space between your scapula, those bones in your shoulders, and that space in the back of your heart. So it's like you're rounding your scapula out and around. Beautiful. Take your next 2 inhales right into that zone, inhaling, and exhaling, drop into the floor. And maybe another nice slow breath in. Keeping the mouth closed, let's take an audible exhale out, like a sigh of relief. We call that our Ujjayi breath. Let's do one together. Take a great big inhale. And exhale. And it's okay if I can't hear you. I'll believe that you're doing it. One more time, great big inhale. And a big exhale. Let's start to come up to all fours. That will be hands beneath the shoulders, knees beneath the hips. I'm going to turn sideways for you. Today I talked about working the shoulders. Every pose, we want to think about that zone up here on each side. So from here, spreading all 10 fingers, dig them into the ground, push those hands firmly to the floor. Wrap your arms in as if you're hugging your chest. And let's exhale, arch up to a cat pose, making sure to feel that stretch, again, in the shoulders as we drop the head down and tuck the tailbone under. On the inhale, we're moving into cow, feeling the stretch across the front of our shoulders and our pecs by rolling those shoulders down and away from the ears. Again, it's exhale, arching up to cat pose. Feel that upper back, the back of the shoulders stretch. And on the inhale, pull that belly button down, but really open across the chest. Close your eyes and give me about 3 more breath cycles in our own time. And focusing on that intention for the day, that upper body work. After our 3 cycles, come back to a nice neutral tabletop. That's with our back flat, our belly still engaged, and again, pushing down in those fingers, holding yourself up strong through those shoulders. Starting with the top of the right hand, let's put it on that mat between the left arm and leg. We're going to thread the needle through, tapping that right shoulder gently to the ground, and then lifting up, reaching those right fingertips all the way up, like you're trying to reach all the way up to your ceiling above. This will be our exhale, crossing in and down for thread the needle, and our inhale, reaching up slow. Try to even rotate that heart, like the logo on your shirt, up to the ceiling. I want you to give me about 3 to 5 more cycles, and I'm just going to check in to see our viewers here. If you ever have any problems with the audio, feel free to write something in the comment box if you're on live, but also give us feedback so we can give you the best classes that we can online. After your 3 to 5, and again, any number is totally fine. I would love for you to go at your own pace, because that's what this is about. After the 3 to 5, come back to that tabletop, replant that hand, feel strong in that base right shoulder. We're moving to the left. Top of your left hand is going to thread the needle through, palm is facing the ceiling, tap your shoulder down, and then reach all the way up to the ceiling. Left fingertips, try to stretch, really extend at the top. Give me about 3 to 5 rounds, exhaling as we thread the needle, inhaling as we unwind. Now, if you're wondering, did I get my breath off pace? If you're feeling unsure, just keep breathing. 1 breath per movement. It's totally fine. There's no exact prescribed here. We just want you to kind of feel it and to take your time, settling into the pose, letting it last as long as your breath can last, and then also training your breath to kind of slow down and pause as well. After the 3 to 5, we're going to start putting a little bit of strength in our shoulders, lots of modifications and options, so take them as needed. After the 5, let's replant down to all 4s, and again, spread all 10 finger pads into the ground, screw those arms into the floor because I want your shoulders to be strong for this bear pose lift. Let me get my hair out of my face. Let's tuck our toes underneath us, connecting all 10 to the ground, and squeezing through the belly, but also pushing firmly down in the hands. Let's lift our knees up off the ground. We're going to hold this for 5. My knees are off the ground by like 2 inches. 4, 3, push down through the fingertips. 2, 1, bring it down for a quick little rest. Again, being strong and intentional with those shoulders. Let's lift up again, knees up for 5, for 4, for 3, 2, 1, bring it down. Again, press firmly through the shoulders. Next, we're going to lift and we're going to hold. So lift up. See if you can lift one knee, then the other knee, then maybe one hand, just one bit, or cross it to the shoulder, then the other. I want you to take that roundabout, going clockwise or counterclockwise, for a few deep breaths as I check in to make sure I still have everyone on board. This is our bear crawl in place. So again, you're lifting one knee a little higher, placing it down, lifting the other, and then shifting the weight onto one shoulder, then the other. Keep yourself at that low hover. Give yourself another round or 2, another try for about 10 more seconds. Of course, we're breathing. We're going to stay strong through those shoulders. Keep those arms screwed in. You've got 2 more seconds. 1, with those toes tucked under, let's lift up and back to our first down dog of the day. You're more than welcome to shake your dog tail, to pedal or walk your dog. I also like shaking my head no, and yes, as a reminder, to relax. To set that intention in the shoulders, let's try to open up that upper back. Push your heart towards the knees. Take a big breath in. And your sigh of relief, exhale, pushing back. Give yourself about 2 more breath rounds. Again, staying nice and long through the fingers and strong through the fingers as well. let's get a little bit of a vinyasa in. I'm just going on an angle, but you're more than welcome to stay on your mat that has a nice like sticky element to it. From our down dog, we may also take the option of a bent knee down dog, and we always have the option to return to child at any point in our class if you need a little break and jump back on when you'd like. My dog Brewski is going to join us right now, but I will make sure that he's out of our way. Over there, baby poo. You're going to see a little Brewski butt for 5 minutes here. From down dog, let's inhale, lift our heels, look to our fingertips. On the exhale, take a light hop or a step forward, lifting into a forward fold. Let's inhale, rise to a flat back. I guess Brewski's done with yoga. Exhale, reach towards the floor. Bending our knees, let's inhale, sweep those arms up to the ceiling, stand super, super tall. I'm gonna scoop myself back. My fingers are reaching up. And on the exhale, become an airplane. Swan dive forward and down. Let's inhale, rise to a flat back, push your tailbone away. On the exhale, let's step back to a plank pose, pushing strong through those shoulders, then lower down to a chaturanga, a hover above the mat. On the inhale, scoot forward, opening up the chest like we did in our cow, my tops of the toes, and my hands are only on the ground. We can also stick with low cobra. On the exhale, lift up and back to child's pose, or to down dog. Take a few deep breaths. We're gonna take this as a bit of a flow, and we're gonna add on to our little game here. Let's inhale, kick that right foot up to the sky. On the exhale, step that right foot forward. Nice, low lunge. So my right foot is forward. As I'm continuing to breathe, check the knee, keep it right on top of the ankle. We wanna think about an external rotation from our thigh. So I imagine that my knee is pointing in the direction of my second to last toe. Push down strong through the right heel, lift the left arm forward. As we cartwheel that left arm up, we're gonna turn the left toes perpendicular, opening into a warrior two. So my right toes are facing one way, my left toes are perpendicular to the opposite. Drop those shoulders down, and in fact, give me 3 shoulder rolls backwards, and then 3 shoulder rolls forwards. Very nice, everyone. Good job. Now in our warrior two, with the right foot as the lead, pointing straight on, and our left foot pointing to the side. I know you don't see my face right now. Don't worry, it's not much in the morning anyways. I want you to turn both palms towards the same direction as your left foot. We're going to pretend that we have to push through Play-Doh or like some sort of putty. You're gonna bring your left hand forward to your right and really actively push. I know you don't have a weight in the hands, but imagine you're smushing it together. Then you're gonna draw that bow back and re-extend the left arm. So it's squish, giving me an exhale as you push that power force together and then pull it back. I want you to feel that strength in the chest, but also across the front of the shoulder. Give me 3 to 5 rounds. And if you'd like to add the breath to this bow and arrow, it's exhale, rotate forward. Inhale, pull it back. So maybe 2 to 3 more rounds. Don't forget that nice strong squeeze, really make it work for you. And let's all find ourselves back in that warrior two. So palms flip down, keeping that front knee, right knee at that deep bend, left hand rest on the back left thigh, right palm turns up, give me a quick reverse warrior. And now we're gonna bring the hands to the mat for our vinyasa. So plank to chaturanga. We can always take it kneeling. Inhale for up dog or low cobra, and exhale back to down dog or child's pose. Taking a few deep breaths here. We'll be off our hands in a moment. Let's inhale, lift the heels, look to the hands. On the exhale, take your light hop forward into that fold. Bending our knees. Inhale, reach to the sky. On our exhale, bring our toes together and sit down in a chair pose, gluing our thumbs to our sternum. I want your knees, again, to be on top of the ankles, so imagine your butt is shifting back. Give your toes a quick wiggle. As we continue to breathe, roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Let's give me that arrow point to the front. We're gonna leave our left fingertips facing in front of us. Right arm is gonna reach behind. Even turn your head as you're staying low so you can peek back over these right fingertips. Good job, everyone. So we're in a nice chair with a twist, burning those quads. That was my intention, but also open and twist that body. Let's turn this into a forward fold, maybe shake out those legs. And we've got to do that again. So bending our knees, inhale, reach all the way up to the sky for a standing mountain pose. Exhale, sit down in your chair. Continue to breathe. Again, butt back. Try to see the knees on top of the ankles. Reach those hands front. And now left arm. Reach it to the back. Peeking over your back fingertips. Try to get that twist in our body. Sit that back down. Keep breathing. Keep holding. Oh, nice. I'm getting comments, but it's hard to see. But we got Anna Maria on here. Thanks. Oh, I'm going to stay on this page, though, so I don't. Thanks for the comments. I just can't see them at the moment. But thank you all for joining. Okay, bring this to a forward fold. And we have a vinyasa because we're here for a bit of work, right? Inhale to that flat back. On the exhale, step or perhaps hop back. Right to that chaturanga, catching low. Inhale, open through the shoulders. Open through the chest. Exhale back to down dog. Let's inhale, kick that left foot up. Exhale, give it a giant step forward. We're switching sides. For now, we're in that low lunge. Left knee on top of the ankle. Imagine the knee is rotating slightly out to that second to last toe. Right arm, give it a power reach forward. And now use it to help us spiral up, opening to warrior two. My right toes are now perpendicular to my left. So my left are facing the front, as my right are facing the side. My knee is bent. Try to imagine a nice 90-degree angle. And let's turn our palms to face the right. We're going into that bow and arrow where you're really squishing the hands together on the exhale, and on the inhale, pull that arrow back nice and strong. So it's an exhale, squeezing those hands together with all your force, and inhale, pulling it back. I like just fit in the screen. Exhale, squeeze together. Inhale, pull it back. You have about 3 more rounds in your own time. Again, push that force with the hands. Feel this across your pecs, especially on that right side. And at the end of your third, your fifth, or even just your one, let's turn the palms down, sink into your warrior two a bit more. Right hand, rest on the right thigh, turn that left palm up. Inhale for a reverse warrior. And exhale, plank to chaturanga, take it kneeling as preferred. Inhale, up dog or low cobra. Open across the chest and exhale back to down dog. Take a moment to settle in, to breathe here. I promised a little bit of shoulder strengthening. So we're going to see that coming up in just a moment. Keep in mind, options are totally there. Take them as needed. So from our down dog, I want us just to take a little practice before we move into dolphin. Let's kick up that right foot and drive that right foot between our 2 hands into a low lunge. And then kick it back to a 3-legged down dog and place that right foot down. Now left foot, kick it up. Make sure we're pushing away from the floor to engage our shoulders. Step the left foot between our hands. Low lunge for a moment. Beautiful. Back to our 3-legged down dog. Left leg kicks up. Push down through the hands. Extend through the shoulders. Place that foot down. Let's come down to our knees. We're going to move into what's called dolphin pose. It's a variation of our lovely down dog. What we're going to do is come down to our elbows. And I know my camera's not the most clear, but we're going to be on our elbows. And I like to tuck my pinkies in so that I make a nice flat surface. So I like to cross my fingers over, but have like the knuckles of my pinkies kind of kiss. You're going to bring the forearms down, and at all times, we're pushing strong through the shoulders. So I'll rotate sideways so it's a little easier to see. I know my hair is kind of in the way, but my head will stay at a slight hover, a couple inches above the ground, just like you kind of hover above the ground in chaturanga. Very similar setup to down dog. Only difference is that we're on the forearms with those pinkies kissing and down. You see your triangle here. Squeeze those elbows in. Start strong with the shoulders even before we lift. First option is to peel those knees up. And at any point in time you need a break, put those knees down. Perfect. Second option, lift up just like you would for down dog, except that you're on the shoulders. Elbows are pushing down. Lift strong through the shoulders. We're going to be here for a few deep breaths. Try to push that heart back, if anything, like you're trying to peek behind your tricep to look at me. My head again is off the ground, and we're hanging out here. So let's start by lifting up that right foot. Be mindful of your wall space. Then just hang out. My right foot is pointing down, toes are pointing down to the floor, and stay strong in that upper body. Imagine that it's your shoulders lifting you. This is prepping us for forearm headstand. You're more than welcome to stay right here, or being mindful of the space around you and your neighbors below you, perhaps take a couple kicks as if you're going to kick up a little higher. Totally optional. And give yourself about 3 more deep breaths. And bring it down all the way to a child's pose, releasing those hands for a quick moment. We do have 2 legs, so as you guessed, we will see that on the opposite side. From our child's pose, let's lift up and back to a down dog. Same deal with that right leg. So same leg we were just lifting up. Inhale, kick it up to the sky. Exhale, big step forward for a nice runner's lunge. My back heel stays lifted. Inhale, rise for a crescent. So palms are facing each other at the top. On the exhale, plank to chaturanga. Take it kneeling as needed. Inhale, up dog or low cobra. Open the chest. Exhale, back to down dog. Setting the intention in our shoulders by pushing back. And now come down to those knees. We're going to do our dolphin, opposite side, same setup with the arms. I link my fingers, but then I kiss the knuckles of my pinkies together, place it down. Think about tightening the arms in to your mat. Tuck your toes underneath of you. Remembering option 1 is just lifting up, keeping those knees off the ground, just like we saw in the beginning of class with our bear pose. Option 2, lift up and back to our dolphin, pushing the heart towards the knees, and hanging out there for a few deep breaths. Let's now lift up our left foot. Left toes are dialed down to face the floor, so my foot is flexed. Another option, we can slowly start to kick up our left leg, elevating our right foot a bit more to get ready for things like our shoulder stand one day. All right, go for about 10 more seconds and a few more deep breaths. I'm liking what I'm feeling that you're doing. Good job. Let's bring us down all the way to a child's pose. Spreading those finger pads, spreading those shoulder blades, tuck those toes under, lift up and back, down dog. Inhale, kick that left foot up. Exhale, big step forward. Pushing down through that left heel, inhale, rise to our crescent lunge. Then exhale, plank to chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, low cobra. And exhale, back to down dog. Take your deep breaths here. We have another shoulder strengthener. So from down dog, we're actually going to break this down. From down dog, we will see our rock star, or a nice little side plank or twisted side plank, or flip dog if you want to call it that. But I'm going to start with our kneeling version. What we're going to do is bring the knees down, stick the left hand down, and reach the right arm up to the ceiling. What I want your focus to be will be on pulling this right shoulder back, getting your heart to face that wall to your right. You're more than welcome to stay here. From our down dog version, we kick up this right leg, step it behind the left, and push our weight down solely on that left hand, reaching that right hand up as we push the hips up. So you can get some glute work, but you can get some good shoulder work by channeling down through the left hand. If you're back in that kneeling version, and you're like, but wait, I would like some more, how about just a regular side plank? You can take it with our legs perpendicular. I know it's easy for me to slide on the floor. With our legs perpendicular, pushing down. Maybe if that's the next level. Or stacking those feet, keeping those legs straight, a side plank. Regardless of our move, our flip dog, our side plank, I want you to be pushing down through the left fingertips. Stay strong and built in this left shoulder. And hold for about 3, 2, 1. Safely, slowly come home and give yourself a child's pose as a break. Take a few moments to just be you and to feel your stomach, again, pressing into the legs. Good. Very nice. We've got 2 sides. So coming back up to all fours, we'll go and break it down for our kind of first and final options, and then all the ones in between. From all fours, right hand will be your center base. Left hand reaches up. This still counts. This is strength, pushing in just that right shoulder more than when both arms were down. And then you're getting to stretch across the front left shoulder. I'm going to kind of fast forward here to our flip dog. That's where we go into our down dog. Kick the left leg up. Step it behind your right foot. Push heavy and strong through that right hand and lift those hips up. In either pose, we're reaching nice and high up to the ceiling, both with our hand and with that shoulder. So don't forget, that is our intention for today. Can't say it enough. For some of the in-between options, we also have a modified side plank and a side plank available to us. Right hand is always the base because that's the strength focus. You're going to turn your feet perpendicular to each other, one knee down, one knee up, reaching up to the ceiling, so push against the ground. Alternative option, good thing I'm short, I fit right in this little hallway here. We're going to keep that right hand down and reach up. Choose your best method for this morning, and with the body that you're practicing with right now, you're holding for another 5, in 4, in 3, 2, 1. Safely, slowly return home to a child's pose. Hanging out down there. We're going to move into a couple shoulder stretches. For those with a narrow space around you, you're just going to want to bend your elbows to what I call cactus arms. Let's first come down and lay on your belly. I'm going to do the cactus arms here because I got this wall, but if you can do your arms out to a nice flat T, awesome. Sticking your right arm to the side, my elbows in line with the shoulder, extend if you'd like. I'll go into my mystery closet. We're going to take our left hand underneath our left shoulder. Pick up your left leg, and Brewski's going to help me. Pick up your left leg. You gotta move, buddy. You're going to cross your left foot behind your right and enjoy a nice little twisting stretch here. So I know it's a little difficult to see. Can you sit down? He's not going to sit down. And yeah, just hang out. So my left hand is pushing up, so I feel a deeper stretch across the front of my right shoulder. I love you too, buddy. I love you so much. But you're right in the way. Let's gently bring this back. Bruce is going to show you his best puppy pose. You stole my move. I was going to do that next. Can you sit down, baby? Now our left arm is to our side. We're going to kick up that right leg, stepping it behind the left. And step your right foot behind your left. You're getting that nice twist, and your right hand is pushing up and off the shoulder. Sit, baby. Sit down. Sit, baby. Sit. Good, Brewski. Can you stay there so everyone can see? He just wants to show you his handsome little face. Take a few deep breaths, and let's gently unwind. Let's slowly come up to a kneeling position, and I wasn't lying when I said Brewski stole my move. Next, we're going to do a puppy dog pose that helps to open up the chest and the shoulders. So what I want us to do is imagine you're setting up for child's, but this time our butt is going to be right above our knees, and it's going to stay up. I'm going to stay in front of him. You're going to reach those arms out. Keep your butt out like super high. Yep, it's just right up there. You're home alone anyways. Try to drop your chest down. And think about your chin and your chest dropping towards the floor. Imagine those shoulder blades kind of squeezing together behind you. We're working on that front shoulder flexibility and that overhead mobility. And like I said, you're home. If someone's creeping down through a window, I'd be a little bit more concerned. But yeah, let that butt really open up or kind of push to the ceiling so you get that nice arch in the back. And of course, take your deep breaths. And now draw your butt back to your heels, coming into your child's pose. And let those arms drop towards the ground. Let the head drop. We're going to sit up, slowly swing our legs around us, sitting our butt down to the ground. Maybe grabbing onto the back of your thighs, or if you want a quick ab thing, slowly roll down one vertebrae at a time. You can challenge yourself by keeping your heels up. And when you get down to the ground, I want us to hug our knees into the stomach. What we're going to do is tighten ourselves into a really tight ball. So lift up your head. Squeeze your eyes nice and tight. Squeeze all the muscles as tight as you can. Even clench your legs together and squeeze your cheeks. We're going to hold for 3, for 2, for 1, and let it all go. Just plop on down to your end, Shavasana. Close your eyes, move the shoulders away from the ears, and enjoy as many deep breaths as you need to start this morning. Hopefully, you are able to enjoy our playlist today. We're going to try to stick Spotify links on the side with our different classes, so feel free to check those out. You are in no rush. I do have to end the video so the next can come on. But I thank you very much for joining me. Again, this is our 7 o'clock yoga with Stephanie, and I'll be here next week. I'm happy, and I would love to do different focuses as we go on. So write in the comment boxes, even if you're taking this class later, so I know what to bring you. And I would love it. You can send me any Spotify class playlist suggestions. I would love to add those to there. So thank you all very much for coming. And with that, I'm going to say that the light in me honors the light in you. And I'll see you next week. Namaste and take care.